From News Channel 15, you're watching News Channel 15 Tonight with Kyle Peach. This is News Channel 15 Tonight.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on. A Fairfield man has been sentenced to over 9 years in prison in Wayne County Court. WFIW says 19-year-old Remington Dalton of Fairfield was sentenced Tuesday to 9.5 years behind bars in state prison on a charge of criminal sexual assault. Court records show the offense occurred back in April of last year. Dalton will serve 3 years to life on parole upon his release from prison. Meanwhile, the case of the White County correctional officer accused of having sexual contact with an inmate will be heard by a judge from Cumberland County. Darren Hayes will be tried by Judge Jonathan Braden. His first appearance was scheduled for this afternoon. Looking at area arrests tonight, on Tuesday, Grayville police arrested 27-year-old Dylan Marshall of Monroe City, Indiana, after responding to a reckless driving complaint near Gillard's Hardware. Marshall was found to be driving on a suspended license and warrants for his arrest. He fled on foot before being taken into custody, was found then to be in possession of meth and of brass knuckles as well. Marshall faces new charges of being a felon in possession of a weapon, possession of meth, and resisting arrest. The warrants out of Indiana are for failure to appear and for violating probation. Tuesday morning, Flora police arrested 57-year-old Rodney J. Greenwood of Flora on outstanding warrants, charging him with grooming, delivery of a controlled or counterfeit substance to a person under 18, delivery of a Schedule III controlled substance, delivery of a Schedule IV controlled substance, and 2 additional counts of possession of a controlled substance. Greenwood was denied pretrial release. The investigation remains active. WNOI reports that additional charges may be forthcoming. The Lawrenceville City Council is now at full strength after swearing in a new alderman on Monday. WAKO says James Robert Hedge was approved as the appointment to become the new Ward 1 alderman, replacing Kelly Lewis, who stepped down late last year after moving out of the district. The vote to seat Hedge was 6-1. He took the oath of office from Mayor David Courtney. During that rescheduled meeting, discussion was held on the need to raise the residential sewer rates in Lawrenceville in the future. Rates have not gone up since 2007, and in order to pay for the proposed new sewer plant through state and federal grants and loans, an increase is needed. The council's Utilities Committee will meet at a later date to review options and offer a recommendation to the council. At the Flora City Council meeting Monday, Mayor Linda Spicer noted that residents need to be responsible and clean up after themselves when using the city's pickleball courts, not leaving trash behind. Meanwhile, the council approved annexing property owned by Tad and Deandra Thompson on North Worthy Street into the city. They also approved an ordinance approving $400,000 of a joint funding agreement for the Safe Routes to School program, which seeks to add 2.5 miles of sidewalks in Flora to make traveling to school safer for students. They also approved seeking $344,000 in grant funding from the State Department of Natural Resources for playground equipment at Rotary Park. The council also approved the bid to sell property at 404 West 5th Street. A possible statewide ban on student cell phone use is now on the radar for Wabash District 348. WSJD reports that during Monday's school board meeting, Superintendent Chuck Blyer told board members it appears that the State Board of Education and Governor's Office are seriously considering implementing restrictions on cell phones in public schools. To prepare, Blyer announced plans to form a committee made up of parents, teachers, administrators, and the school resource officer to study the issue and develop a plan if a ban is enacted. Blyer said the district has faced ongoing challenges with cell phone use this school year, particularly at the high school, while issues have been less significant in lower grades. He noted that opinions on the issue vary widely among those involved, and the committee will bring those perspectives together in researching solutions. Blyer said the district already has the authority to implement its own policy locally, but wants to be prepared in case the state moves forward with a mandate, which he says could take effect as early as next school year. Among the options being discussed are stricter policies requiring phones to be stored away or use of a locking pouch that restrict access during the school day. Blyer said the goal is to develop a clear, consistent policy across all grade levels and be ready to act once receiving guidance. The board also approved several personnel matters Monday, including the retirement of kindergarten teacher Julie Haggerty at the end of the 2030 school year. Also, the retirements of bus driver Pat Johnson and grade school PE assistant Shonda Metcalf effective at the end of this school year. Resignations accepted from elementary assistant Christina Dickinson, night custodians Angela Davis and CJ Warren, and paraprofessional Debbie Bertram. The board hired Morgan Metter as high school Gear Up coordinator and Emily Krupp as high school nurse secretary beginning next school year. Salary increases for district administrators were approved as presented. The Fairfield Grade School Board met Monday to review district operations, approve contracts, and address staffing for next year. Superintendent Christina Gardner provided a financial update, noting the district has received 75% of its anticipated revenue, having spent 67% of the budget to date. In transportation, the district is currently assisting 3 prospective bus drivers as they work towards obtaining licenses. Facilities updates included the receipt of 2 roof repair bids. The bid from D7 Roofing for some $97,000 was approved. Summer registration in Fairfield will be July 14th from 10 to 6. The board also approved a 3-year agreement for a new math curriculum. In personnel, the board accepted resignations of paraprofessionals Elizabeth Smith and Allison Green and reemployed various non-tenured staff. The Carmi-White County School Board met Monday. WRUL says the board accepted the loan bid from Carmi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for a 7 to 9 passenger driver's ed van in the amount of some $41,500. Following Superintendent Jared Newell's review of major repairs needed to the district's buildings, the board agreed to seek bids for the work. The school calendar was approved for next year. In personnel, retirements of Kim Worlds and Trish Myers, effective at the end of the 2030 school year, were approved. High school ag teacher Grace Glasser's resignation was approved for the end of the school year. Washington School custodian Mike Pfister's resignation was approved. Reemployment of non-tenured teachers was approved, and Cooper Thompson was approved as a volunteer high school baseball coach. At this week's Flora School Board meeting, the board approved fees for next school year and a 12-month CD investment through Flora Savings Bank. In personnel, the board reemployed non-tenured teachers for next year, along with full-time stub Kathy Taylor and part-time teacher Paige Earlywine. Also reemployed were Heather Dury as technology coordinator, Tanya Binky as special ed coordinator, Frank Lusk as transportation director mechanic, and Chet Allen as maintenance director with salaries as presented. Leslie Carter, Amy Leonard, Amy Hurtis, and Toby Pierce also had salaries approved as presented. Non-certified teaching assistants were also reemployed for next year. The board did adopt a resolution reference to the dismissal of a professional educator licensed employee for Carrie Dury, Angela Vincent, Stacia Fresh, Whitney Cox, and Alexis Williams. They also approved honorable release of pre-K coordinator parent educator Bristol Burrows, pre-K PI supervisor parent educator Natalie Kazir, pre-K parent educator Holly Britton, and pre-K parent educator Lindsay Fehrenbacher. The board approved the non-contract, non-certified wages for next year as presented, and Jeffrey Mitchell was approved as a volunteer assistant track coach in that matter. Meanwhile, we've got more to come here tonight. A look at your weather forecast is up next, and then we'll be back to talk sports. Stay with us.
New season, new ride. Steve Faulkner Automotive has F-150s with 0 down and 0% for 60 months and full-size Broncos to lease as low as $378 a month. Go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Spring is a great time for Jeeps. Get a Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing or a 2026 Jeep Wrangler. Lease for only $359 a month. Fresh pricing is waiting for you at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How Sweet It Is, the music of James Taylor with award-winning Nashville songwriter Steve Leslie, comes to the Wabash Valley College Brubeck Theater Friday, March 27th at 7:30 p.m. as part of the Wabash Valley Arts Council Performing Arts Series. This special night, also presented in cooperation with the Wabash Valley College Foundation, will host several food trucks, music in the lobby, auctions of authentic James Taylor signed memorabilia, and more. Get your tickets now. Just scan the QR code on your screen.
Time to talk weather. A great few days on tap for us across the area. Nothing showing up on radar here tonight, and we're not going to see much in the way of precipitation anytime soon. A warm 68 degrees today, 43 our low this morning, well above normal for this time of year. Putting the maps in motion, not going to see much out there through the remainder of the overnight hours. Maybe a few passing clouds, but that's about all to speak of. There will be some building into the north, but we're going to keep the sun around for much of the day on Friday. That will continue even into Saturday. Passing clouds overnight, Friday night into Saturday. But again, Saturday looking to be pretty sunny across the area as we start the weekend. Overnight lows under clear skies tonight, right around 50 degrees across the region. For tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, more sun than clouds. High temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Friday night into Saturday morning, partly cloudy skies. Again, lows hovering around 50 for the most part. On Saturday, plenty of sunshine. Great start to the weekend. Highs will be in the mid to upper 70s across the region. We could get near 80 and over that mark as we go into Sunday. The cool down with a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm overnight Sunday night into Monday morning. That'll move out quickly, but it is a cold front. Temperatures will cool to the mid 50s for highs Monday and Tuesday. Back up near 70 though Wednesday and Thursday. That's your forecast. Sports is next.
Are you living with chronic conditions or finding it hard to manage your health at home? If you're 18 or older, have a primary care provider through Wabash General Hospital, and live in Wabash, Edwards, White, or Lawrence County, our community paramedics can help. Get support in the comfort of your home, including follow-up care, home safety and medication education, vital sign checks, disease management support, and resource connections. Our certified paramedics will work with your doctor to provide non-emergent care to keep you healthy at home. Ask your WGH primary care provider for a referral to community paramedicine.
You need to be mindful that when you're out, maybe doing a little tree pruning or shaping, or kids climbing in the tree, building tree houses, whatever, look up, make sure there's no power lines in or near the area. And even after the storm or after a wind event or something like that, where a limb may be falling down or hanging in the tree, make sure to look and there's no utility lines near that. And if there is, call us. We'll come take care of it. We'll get that down. We'll get things cleared up.
Welcome back. Time to wrap things up tonight with a look at sports. We began with girls high school softball yesterday. Mount Carmel opens the season beating Carmi 12-0 in 5 innings. Alney beat Benton 4-3. Gallatin County over Grayville 9-6. Hudsonville blanked Lawrenceville 10-0. Mount Vernon over Hamilton County 6-1. Triad beat Salem 10-0 and Waltonville over NCOE 7-0. Boys high school baseball yesterday. Edwards County shut out Oblong 10-0. Mount Vernon beat Salem 11-1, and Hamilton County beat Pope County 16-4. One girls high school soccer score from yesterday. Mount Carmel falls to Mount Vernon, Illinois. 8-0 was the final there. To the college ranks, college softball yesterday. Wabash Valley sweeps a home opening doubleheader over Frontier, winning 12-1 and 7-1. Alney Central split with Lincoln Trail. OCC took game 1, 1-0, but lost game 2, 7-5. And in college baseball, Wabash Valley beats Frontier yesterday to sweep the series. 9-2 was the final. That does it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more news, weather, and sports. I'm Kyle Peach from all of us at News Channel 15. Have a great night.
As a faculty member, Wabash Valley College was the best decision ever. I've always been excited to return back to Wabash Valley as an employee to inspire students the way I was inspired when I went to school here. And what I love is the sense of community that I have with my coworkers and being able to provide that to our students.
My name is Sarah Lembosque, and I'm from Mexico. I think that it was the best decision ever because I found the program really interesting and it was what I was looking for, academic-wise and sport-wise. I think here, they try to always help you to grow in the academic part, but also as a person. And I always value that balance. And yeah, it's been great, and I have learned